What's up everyone, Mortal Snow here, welcome back to the channel. In today's video I'm going to be talking about why the Fortnite X Godzilla event failed and why I don't think it was that good. So let's get straight into the video. So obviously, unless you've been living under a rock, if you've been playing Fortnite recently, you probably have noticed a giant titan named Godzilla that spawns onto the map. He is, not actually an NPC surprisingly, he's a playable boss, similar to we had Doom and Thanos in the past. He'll spawn onto the map, and you basically got to become, you literally don't, you just run up to a portal, bam, you plummet to the ground in a meteor sort of fashion, hit the ground, and bam, you're Godzilla, ready to annihilate everyone. But wait, hold up. Actually, you're not. See, Godzilla's not actually that powerful, right? Once you get over the whole visual aspect of how cool it looks, you're a giant titan overlooking the Fortnite Chapter 6 island, his abilities are not that strong. Now let's first go off of what his abilities are. They consist of things like basically shooting an energy beam at someone. His iconic, he shoots his laser, shoots his energy beam out of his mouth. That's one of his most iconic things of, Godzilla obviously. Then he has a stomp attack, which has some actually decent range to be fair. And then he also has a third ability, which is in the form of like a roar, which marks nearby players and scans places basically. And these are his three abilities, right? And also he can just, he moves on the map. Now, let's get into why I don't think he's actually that powerful. Let's start off with his abilities. Okay, Godzilla's abilities, let's start with the beam. The beam, if it hits players, it is very, very good, yes. But it is really hard to move around. Like, the radius is not that much, you can't move around very much. It's very, very slow, so it's hard to, you can't point somewhere and then spin it around and move it really quickly. And it's quite hard to control the beam compared to Doom and Thanos' energy beam. So it's not that hard to. It is quite hard to control and shoot at people. Once it hits people though, it does absolutely shred. I'll give you that. Okay. Now his stomp ability. His stomp ability is pretty good, but you've got to be it's got some decent range. But I feel like that's probably the strongest ability. I feel like there's not many cons, I guess, for that ability, I'd say. The raw ability of scanning players is kind of good, but I feel like it's just kind of a little bit, it doesn't really do that. I feel like the scanning mechanic is kind of overrated, and it's been done too many times. It's just not really that unique or that cool, or even that really necessarily that good, because you pretty much know where most players are. They're all literally going to be on you, shooting at you. And that's another problem. Another problem with Godzilla is that he has weak points. Now, the crystals on his back, right, there are weak points, right? You shoot those crystals, and if you shoot those crystals, it, shreds his health so much if you shoot those crystals. Especially if you're in a public game, and you have loads of people shooting you, and now everyone knows to shoot the crystals. If you have the entire lobby all spamming their ARs and SMGs shooting at the crystals, your health and those weak points basically make your health go down even more. That means your health's going to go down drastically quickly. And another thing I mentioned is when you do get those weak points destroyed, each time that happens, your character, your Godzilla, kind of does this animation where it roars and is stunned for a few seconds after each weak point gets destroyed, which means you're there for a few seconds defenseless, where you're already getting destroyed, and then when you get your weak points destroyed, you're there stunned, kind of defenseless for a few seconds, which is kind of ridiculous. And I haven't even mentioned the worst part. Your health also goes down, by the way, automatically, very slowly, so you can't beat him the whole game. So you combine the fact that his weak points get shot by the entire lobby, and he's just getting shot by the entire lobby, so his health's going down automatically really quickly. Anyway, from people just shooting him, and his weak points stun you for a few seconds, you're defenseless, constantly taking damage, and also you have your health automatically just anyway, just going down automatically. There are so many. In terms of pros and cons, there are more cons and counters to Godzilla than there are pros of actually beating him. And I feel like he was added to the game I don't know how to phrase it the best way. I feel like he was added because you get quite a good reward for killing him, right? You get a medallion which gives you kind of the return of the service medallion, which gives you dash abilities, and then you get a burst quad launcher. So I feel like he was more put in the game as just to get a reward for killing him than he was actually being him. So they were more focused on putting him in the game, as a boss as a reward to kill him and get his items, rather than actually putting him in the game for him, if that makes sense. I don't know if I phrased it the best way. I feel like he's more in the game just to be taken down to get his cool stuff than he is actually to be himself. I feel like, I've even noticed in pubs, it's a lot more fun fighting against Godzilla and getting stuff than it is being him, because of just how underwhelming and weak he is. Now, notice that this event is Kong X Godzilla, right? It's not just Godzilla. What about Kong? Is Kong sick? Can you do anything else? Can you do something really sick with Kong? No. No, you can't. No, he just spawns a few Monarch supply drops. You know, the company, obviously, it's in a lot of the Godzilla X and films, and just in the Godzilla films as well. He spawns a few supply drops, roars, and then just leaves, goes for a rift, and he's gone. So no, you can't play as Kong, unfortunately. So yeah, that's quite underwhelming seeing Kong spawn, and then he just doesn't do anything. He's not playable. It's a little bit underwhelming, I'm not gonna lie. But it is what it is. Now, I've tweeted, and I'm putting this tweet on the screen here. I don't know if anyone's seen this tweet yet, but these are a list of things I think Godzilla needs, right? They need to get rid of his health going down automatically. They need to add a small amount of health regen upon kill, make him a tiny bit faster moving, and also buff his spawn chance by from 40% to 60%. Yes, I haven't even mentioned, he's not even in the game guaranteed all the time. He only spawns about 40% of the time. Now, initially it was actually 20% the first time, but then the first like 24 hours of being in the game, they buffed it to 40. I still think it needs another buff. I would buff it to 60, to be honest. And then got the mini event with Kong has a 25% chance of happening. Now, if you ever get that chance where Kong spawns in the game, if Kong ever spawns at the beginning of the game with live event, mini live event, that means it's guaranteed that Godzilla will spawn later in the game as well. Godzilla normally spawns when the first storm circle starts coming in. So if you see that mini event happen with Kong, it means it's a guaranteed chance of Godzilla spawning. If not, it's then either a 40% chance of him spawning. Yeah, I think these are just adjustments in my opinion that I just feel like Godzilla really needs just to give him the justice that he deserves. You know, he's obviously the king of the monsters. You want to feel powerful, you want to feel strong, you want to feel like a god, you know, using Godzilla. And I doubt I'm the only person who thinks about this. I've ranted about it a few times on stream. I just think he needs a buff. I think it's just the way they approach him visually, it looks amazing, but it's just not as satisfying and cool as Doom and Thanos. I think these changes are just these are just quality of life changes that would just make him feel so cool. Keep in mind, he's not even in the game for that long. He leaves on January the 31st. You've literally only got like less than, I think Tom Coin's video got less than 10 days left. He's not in the game for that long. So I feel like making him really underwhelming and not that strong and really hard to get when he's not in the game for that long is pretty bad. Now there is like this, I think this like leaked LTM or something, like this leaks for an LTM that's apparently coming out soon, where it's gonna be like a Godzilla type LTM. So I guess because we had Doom in the game, you could get him in pubs and also get him LTM. So maybe they'll do that with Godzilla. Maybe even they'll make Kong playable in that. I don't know. We'll have to wait and see. But anyway, just let me know what you think about this all in the comments. I appreciate a sub and like on the channel, and I'll catch you on the next one. Peace out.
I need you in my life. When I'm with you, I can't move. It feels like I'm losing my mind. Yeah, I kinda like it. In paradise, yeah, I kinda like it. In paradise, yeah, why can't I see your face? Feel the same way. Why don't you say my name? Yeah, yeah, yeah. In paradise, yeah, I kinda like it. In paradise, yeah, why can't I see your face? Feel the same way. Why don't you come my way? I feel like October. I just need some peace of mind. I don't need to be sober for us to be lovers. I don't wanna love anybody like that.